Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to the New Brick Workshop. Now, in a recent video, I showed you how you could determine the wear on a cutter, and I concentrated on the cutters being used in a CNC, so you could then work out what the true diameter was. And someone said to me, well, what about when you do router work? And so in this video, I'm going to take you through a very simple process so that you can use a template which you can either buy or create yourself, and then use your router with a guide bush so you can then determine if there's any wear on your cutters. Now, in order to set this up, obviously you need the router, and you need a guide bush in the router and the cutter that you wish to check. And in my case, I've got a 12mm guide bush. My cutter is nominally 6mm. It's quite a new one, so I'm expecting it to be fairly accurate. Now, the other side of it is the test material. And first of all, you need a template. The template allows you to create a hole and a plug using the router. And my template that I'm going to use today is rectangular, and it's 80mm by 60. You could use a circular template like this. You can buy templates of various shapes and sizes. I like to use a rectangular one for this because it gives you several different places where you can measure the results. So what I've done is I've screwed my template down onto my material. My material is this piece of, I think it's 6mm plywood. And I've got that screwed on so that it absolutely will not move. Now, I've put a couple of screws through the piece which is going to be the product of this work, so it doesn't move at the tail end of the cut. And I am now about to do the cut. The one thing you really must make sure is that you keep the router up against the template and you don't wander off into the middle. Otherwise, you're going to ruin the accuracy of the cut. So here I go. I'll just extricate all of the pieces now. So there you see my template. And you can use that loads and loads of times, of course. And here's the product of that work. Now, what we've produced is a hole and a plug. And if we now refer to the offset tables, we could work out the sizes that these should be. Right, here are the results, and I've set it up like this so that you can see what I've just done, and also I can then superimpose some dimensions on this. I'm not going to go through the tiresome thing of showing you all of the measurements I've done. You just have to trust me on that. First of all, my rectangular template was 80 by 60, and I measured this, and it's within 0.02 of a millimetre in both directions. Mind you, with calipers like this, you can't expect it to be any more accurate than 0.05. And then with my plug should theoretically be 42 by 62 coming out of this, because with a 12mm guide bush and a 6mm cutter, the offset is 9mm for a plug. But because it's on both sides, it's going to be reduced in size by twice that 9mm, in other words by 18. So rather than being 60 by 80, my plug should be 42 by 62. Now the hole, the offset for a hole with the same guide bush and the same cutter is 3, but it's on both sides, so it's 6. So therefore the hole should be 54 by 74. I've now measured them, and I found my plug to be 42.42 by 62.39. In other words, it's about 4.4 of a millimetre bigger. My hole should be 54 by 74, but it ends up being 54.4 by 74.41. So again, it's about 0.4 out. And that means my cutter diameter is 0.2 millimeters under. So rather than being 6 millimeters, it's 5.8. Now you can repeat this process with any rectangular or circular template. I do recommend the rectangular one because you then can have several places where you can measure. I know with the circle you can measure it several different diameters. That might also work. But I find with calipers, measuring the inside, the cutout part of the circle can be quite tricky because you're never really quite sure that you're going across an actual diameter. So a rectangular template is better. Now it's really easy to make up a template if you haven't got a CNC, and I'm going to do that now. I've got a face edge here which I've created, and I've just created two perfect right angle cuts, one here and here, and I've marked them. So I'm going to do my first cut now. It's that piece. And my second cut. So that's how the pieces were to start with. And there's my cutout piece. I'm going to do the first cut here. That's going just there. And that's a good edge there. I'm now going to do my next cut. I'm not measuring it, no need. I can now put this piece in here. And all I've got to do now is glue that up. And I'm taking care to keep the pieces in the right position. I'm just going to put a couple of clamps on here. And that's that. And obviously I can check for square. Absolutely spot on there. Absolutely spot on there. Now the size of this doesn't matter. You don't need to start measuring and making it really, really accurate, because at the end of the day, whatever method you use to create this, you're going to have to measure this anyway. So hence I didn't measure. So that's that, and this is what you would use rather than the CNC version, which I showed you just now. Now I have to mention this, I've been asked about it several times. This is my wasteboard. Here is my track saw cutting station. The wasteboard I created using a pattern of 20mm holes in the normal way with the path guide system. And I've got a couple of these shallow chamfered dogs here, and they go in like so. And that means then I can position this exactly where it suits me and do my router work without damaging the top of the track saw cutting station. Now you'll probably need some offset tables, and I provide these free of charge. Just go to my main YouTube page, hit the About tab, and you'll find my email address. Send me an email, say what you want, and I'll send it back to you. I'm told that finding that email address only works if you're using a PC or a Mac computer. Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.